Welcome back to Enlightened Trading. I'm your host, Conrad, and we'll now look at crypto market today. So as usual, this is my TradingView page. Go check it out if you want to follow me and, stay updated on any ideas I'm posting over here. So yeah, stay tuned and follow me over here, and of course, leave a like on some of these posts. As well, of course, you should follow me here on Instagram. I'm posting some fun content, funny content here with memes on the crypto market, global markets, stock markets, and so on. Just having a good time over here. So make sure you also are following me there. So this is the Bitcoin price currently. We now rallied just recently today in the least few hours. We gained over 10%, I think, or about 10%. Yeah, about 10% in the last 5-6 hours. So that is a pretty nice increase in price here. From this trend line, I did like this break of this trend line. As you can see, we then consolidated and retested it once again here on the hourly chart, and of course also on the 4-hour, but I'm going to use the hourly for now, and you can see how we broke it, then consolidated below it. I actually entered right here for a long trade, since I saw this descending trend line which was about to break. Sadly enough, I still had a short position, which then stopped me out right here. I forgot to delete this short position. Then I made some gains, but I would rather still have this position up and running, and then I added again in this consolidation. So yeah. It's okay, but I have a very small position in it, and of course I would like to have a larger position currently. So yeah, I messed up sadly, but I messed up, but still made some gains. So that's that. I did very much like this price action. We are now again at this resistance line, but I don't think it will be of any importance now. So I will shorten it a little bit, so like that. But this horizontal resistance still was important, and we're now back above it. And we now recently had the Fed officially say that they will supply the monetary system in the U.S. with basically money printing and just pumping money into the markets to stabilize them in some shape or form. Of course, long term, that's not good for the economy and for the global financial system. I will delete these. So yeah, that's not too nice, and I think actually maybe this pump could have something to do with it, because this is over proportionate compared to this descending trend line, in my opinion. At least how it happened in basically 1 hour, we went over 10%. So that is of course nice to see that there is still bullish price action here in Bitcoin currently. The BitMEX funding rate is still favoring the bulls, as you can see. If I zoom in, BitMEX funding rate still favoring the bulls. Similar distance to what we had in the bullish uptrend here, where of course bears were favored, but now still there are less long positions than short. So that is very, very calming for me to be long currently. So yeah, that's that. Very nice price action. We're now on the 6 daily. I do think actually it was a red and 1 today, but of course this recent price increase made this into a 6. So I will now look for a green 9, most likely 9 sell here on Bitcoin, maybe even to again find a higher low. This would now be the daily higher low here at 5,600. ish. For now, this would be our daily higher low, and we could now look for higher highs again. This could move into a double nine, and see for a price increase. But we still have very important horizontal resistance up and coming. So I will now look for this to consolidate longer. I do think that the longer price consolidates here down under, maybe even gets lower, and so on. I do think that is even better for the long-term growth of Bitcoin. Of course, we have the halving coming up, so that is a bullish fundamental indicator. The other cryptos and altcoins, I don't like their price action as much. Of course, it looks very similar to what we had here on Bitcoin, but you can see, for example, actually Litecoin is looking better. Ethereum isn't looking as nice. But we can still say that we still are in this descending triangle here. In this ascending triangle here on Ethereum. So that is something Ethereum still has going for it. That this is a bit prolonged consolidation, but I do not like this higher high above this. Looks more like a bear flag than anything else. So for now, I think the technical picture is still in favor here on Bitcoin for now. I don't think Litecoin and Ethereum there is too much to say on a technical picture. Right, what I wanted to mention is that on Bitcoin now we had the weekly close at 4. I would have liked it to close higher, but at least it closed above the 200 weekly moving average, and we are now again much higher. So I do like this price action in the shorter term. Of course, it is important how this candle closes. Maybe we will get into a red 9 here, a red 9 buy here on the weekly. This of course would take one more month to then rebound the price significantly, maybe even coinciding with the halving event news. And so that is of course bullish for the short-term crypto, or short-term bullish for the crypto market for now. Equities are moving mostly sideways, a bit down today, even though we had these news of the Fed pumping money and basically continuing to print. This 9 buy wasn't important, sadly, but crypto, I do think there's a large potential for Bitcoin, especially in these dramatic times. People maybe will even realize, maybe even people will realize that their money isn't safe anywhere else really from the state, which could of course just confiscate their capital. And of course, capital is going, or when or if they are invested in basically anywhere except for gold maybe and Bitcoin, that their capital will most likely lose in value. And especially if they are in cash, then of course due to inflation, and especially with the Fed now printing even more money, of course according with the ECB, the European Central Bank, of course they're doing the same thing. I do think they are in this sort of very, very troublesome times and economic crisis that Bitcoin can flourish for, especially retail, or actually especially for institutions, but also for retail investments and customers. So that is, I think, pretty bullish for Bitcoin for the fundamental for the fundamental side of it in this crisis. Of course, we had this coinciding with the stock market as we dumped, but that is due to people basically selling because of fear, and of course especially retail customers are invested in cryptos, and they will pull out their money as soon as they see it drop. So that is not as too surprising that we see, of course, a sharp drop as this economic crisis unfolds in the first stages. But I do think that in the long run, and especially going into maybe even a real depression or recession, that this Bitcoin thing will definitely play an important role. So yeah, I do think. I mean, I don't think there's any much to say, except that I do think you should hold Bitcoin. Of course, that is your decision to make. I'm going to put most of my capital in it, maybe even all of it. But that's me. I'm risky. I'm not too risk averse when it comes to money, but I'm of course also young. So yeah, I hope you get something out of this video. Of course, also with this fundamental side of things, and basically looking beyond the technical picture for a short term. As I said in my latest video, there is an important video coming up. I'm currently working on it. It's a presentation about moving averages, and basically explaining what they are, how they are calculated, and what varieties there are, and how you can implement them. So check it out as soon as it comes up. I do think there maybe even tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. Leave a like below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to stay updated and don't miss out on any significant news and TA, and of course also trading signals. So yeah, that's that. And I'll see you guys and girls, you people, back next time. Bye.